situation where more important criminals were spaces needed for them. I think I don't know the whole story doesn't go into detail about their presumed guiltiness, but the fact that they actually just think that they deserve compensation from the U.S. for being detained, for being linked to Al Qaeda and terrorist activities. I'm interested to see why they're not trying to take that route to say that they were illegally detained. Instead, they want compensation and housing. The reason they said they decided to protest from the U.S. Embassy was that they wanted from them and from all the world to hear their voices. The group wrote an English statement published online. Let's see. It's something we didn't want nor called for, but unfortunately we were pushed to it. We tried every possible and official way. We talked to many representatives of the government, but our conditions didn't change. So I think they just should be happy they were released at all. And I don't understand why we should be paying on top of already paying to have them detained, paying what amounts to appropriations, compensation for these gentlemen. I'm going to do some more research on this. I certainly would like to see if we can get to the bottom of whether or not they were released because they were wrongly accused, or if they were released just because, like I said, to make space for more higher security risk criminals. I saw that. I was like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you, United States government. I'm not paying any more dimes for these people. This situation with the war on terror, is this is kind of the ludicrous point of the situation now, and kind of stems back to the ardent arguments we're having right now between Republicans and Democrats on the Obama and Iran talks that have seemingly reached an agreement to stop a trade embargo. And this has got the Republicans wigged out big time, especially Mr. Ted Cruz, saying that this is such a bad idea, it's a bad plan. We never hear from the conservative news anything but that. We don't hear from the possibility that these trade embargoes are costing us profit, American profit. All we hear about is this: Iran is going to now be nuclear capable, using this agreement to become nuclear capable because they'll be able to continue to enrich plutonium and such. This goes back to what I said, though, I think earlier in my shows about our situation with our American military budget. I think we would recall the fact that you could roll up the next 30 countries together, and they would not equal the budget that we spend on the military to target Iran and say that they're going to now become a threat is a little bit of a stretch, I would think. North Korea is a threat now, North Korea is a threat because they became nuclear capable. Is anybody really worried about North Korea taking over our country? I haven't heard anybody yet say they were concerned about us being taken over by North Korea. And I would think in the same regard, I would not think that we would be worried about being taken over by Iran. Yes, they could use the money that they're making from this lifting of the embargo to continue and fund even more terrorist actions. Yes, they can do that, but they're not. obviously these trade embargoes haven't stopped them from still being able to fund terrorist activity. So I kind of concerned when we kind of change our values as Americans now, because I think we are overconfident from the victories that we had, the Desert Storm, and with Saddam Hussein, with the killing of Osama bin Laden, that we just now think we just kick ass. And we don't have to take shit from nobody. We'll just kick your ass. And I don't see how that's going to how that's going to go over well with the rest of the world. I don't think it's going to make a lot of friends. I think it's more apt to make a lot more enemies if we continue to say we're just going to bully people and because we have all the power, we're going to bully people and screw you if you don't want democracy. Screw you. We're just going to make it so you can't do anything. You can't become a power. There's no country right now threatening us. There's no country that can even come close to being close to the superpower that we are right now. We are the empire that can't. That's what we are. The empire that can't. We can't take care of ourselves, and we're stretching ourselves overseas trying to take care of other people's problems when we can't even take care of our own. It's insane. Really is insane. And to use this scare tactic, more or less, on people, that, oh my God, if this country develops nuclear weapons, they're going to fire them at us and kill billions of people. And North Korea, who's had nuclear capability already for several years, and still can't get a rocket, a long-range rocket, off the ground. And we're worried about Iran having nuclear capability. And the number of nuclear weapons that these two countries combined would not even begin to fill. That's probably that many weapons in Wyoming aimed at other countries combined. It's just that old power trip that we're on right now. As I said, this power trip where we feel we know better than everybody else, when, like I said, we can't even solve our own problems here. Why are we over abroad trying to solve other people's problems? Let them work it out. Let them figure it out. Let them if they want to try to push for a nuclear program, I don't say let them have a nuclear program, but we have a pretty good CIA. We have a pretty good reconnaissance situation, I think, that we can know when there's a point when, okay, all right, now they're a threat. But until that point in time, hey, if we can lift embargoes, if we can find peaceful solutions to situations that might save in the end American lives, I'm all for that. I hear the Republicans using this, death to America chant. Just boom, you'll hear it left and right now on conservative media. Why are we even bargaining with a country led by a leader who encourages his people to chant death to America, and making fun of the Democrats by saying Democrats are just trying to say it's just part of their creed. They say it, but they don't mean it. I think they mean it. Here's the thing. It's not going to change. Of anything, though, we can at least try to show that we want to come to an agreement with them, that we want to find common ground, and we help them out economically. I think we stand a better chance then of death to America being more of just a, we have to say this because it's in our religious rights and all that, but, actually this Western civilization that's helping us now, I might not be so eager to want to cause harm to them. We can still say death to America, but we're not going to actually do anything as long as our pockets are lined with cash. Why should we? So that's been my rant of the week, so to speak. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope I got some points out there that make some sense for you. And if you're a warmonger, hey, that's just fine too. If you think that's going to help our economy, fine. Maybe building more bombs would help our economy. I think we just need to open trade routes and reestablish connections with countries that can help us economically. I think not just out of necessity, but because it's the right thing and the right way to go about doing things. Theodore Roosevelt was so correct in saying, speak quietly but carry a big stick. And I think diplomacy is becoming extinct these days, especially on the conservative speaking side thinking. All right, thank you for that moment of zen.
Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. We had a long night and a great night. The voters turned out in record numbers and delivered an historic victory. Earlier today, Senator Kerry called with his congratulations. We had a really good phone call. He was very gracious. Senator Kerry waged a spirited campaign, and he and his supporters can be proud of their efforts. Laura and I wish Senator Kerry and Teresa and their whole family all our best wishes. America has spoken, and I'm humbled by the trust and the confidence of my fellow citizens. With that trust comes a duty to serve all Americans, and I will do my best to fulfill that duty every day as your president. There are many people to thank, and my family comes first. Laura is the love of my life. I'm glad you love her too. I want to thank our daughters who joined their dad for his last campaign. I appreciate the hard work of my sister and my brothers. I especially want to thank my parents for their loving support. I'm grateful to the Vice President and Lynn and their daughters who have worked so hard and been such a vital part of our team. The Vice President serves America with wisdom and honor, and I'm proud to serve beside him. I want to thank my superb campaign team. I want to thank you all for your hard work. I was impressed every day by how hard and how skillful our team was. I want to thank Chairman Mark Roscoe and Campaign Manager Ken Melman, the architect Carl Rove. I want to thank Ed Gillespie for leading our party so well. I want to thank the thousands of our supporters across our country. I want to thank you for your hugs on the rope lines. I want to thank you for your prayers on the rope lines. I want to thank you for your kind words on the rope lines. I want to thank you for everything you did to make the calls and to put up the signs, to talk to your neighbors, and to get out the vote. But